Hi everybody, so this is me going over the usage piece that's on B21. So obviously do the work first and then come back and I will go over the answers, which I'm going to do right now. Remember, keep it in present tense. Okay, so here we go. Steve thinks, and thinks should not have an apostrophe. Steve thinks to himself, not his self, as it says she, and we later learn the name of the person, so you need to put the name Doris first because you can't have a vague pronoun there. So it should be Steve thinks to himself as Doris picks the check up, because what is the it? We find out later it's the check. Steve thinks to himself as Doris picks the check up that he should have, not should have offered to treat right away. So that means that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 errors in that sentence. When he finally tries, Doris says, we'll split the check, meaning we will, or W-E''LL. Now, not K-N-O-W, N-O-W, capital N-O-W. Now Steve knows it's I-T''S, as in it is, too late, T-O-O, too late to do anything, so he agrees. He used to, with a D on the end, he used to be better at dating, but because, got to add the BE connected there, because he has been in a relationship for 3 years that just ended, he is a bit out of practice. Okay. After they leave, not leaves, the restaurant, Steve asks, because we're staying in present tense, her a lot, 2 words, of questions to show that he is the kind of guy who can listen well, not listen good. You need the adverb well. It turns, with an S, it turns out that Doris is quite, Q-U-I-T-E, quite the talker. Steve thinks, isn't she supposed to show some interest in me? And because it's a thought, you don't have to put it in quotation marks. That's usually used for speaking. And the I for isn't is supposed to be capitalized because it's the first letter of the sentence that is the thought. Next paragraph. While they were walking through, T-H-R-O-U-G-H, through a park, Steve offers, with an S, to let Doris wear, W-E-A-R, his coat, because it wouldn't make sense for him to offer her own coat, his coat, because she looks cold. She accepts, A-C-C-E-P-T-S, the coat and says, no one ever told me you were such a gentle man. So no one ever, because you can't have 2 double negatives, you can have double negatives, no one ever told me you were, W-E-R-E, such a gentle man with an A. Next paragraph. As they pass, P-A-S-S, a group of teenagers on a corner, Doris watches them anxiously, because it's the adverb for how she's watching, and takes, because we're staying in present tense, and takes Steve's, with an apostrophe put in where the S is. Takes Steve's hand. She says, a person has to be cautious today or they can get in trouble. That's what it says. But the idea here is that you want it to match. So you want to say, people have to be cautious today or they can get into trouble, or a person has to be cautious today or she can get into trouble, or you have to be cautious today or you can get into trouble. The point here is that the first part in terms of number or which pronoun you're using should match the one at the end. They are just kids. So T-H-E-Y''-R-E. They're just kids, Steve says, and nods to the group as they go past, P-A-S-T. When someone looks scared, you're more likely to invite trouble. So again, it's another one like what I just previously said. When someone looks scared, she's more likely to invite trouble, or when you look scared, you're more likely to invite trouble, or when people look scared, they are more likely to invite trouble. So the idea is you want the number to match. I know, K-N-O-W, you're right, Y-O-U''-R-E. It is, or it's, I-T''-S. It's just sometimes I lose, L-O-S-E, my cool. You don't have anything to worry about, because you don't have double negatives like don't, or you have nothing to worry about, or you don't have anything to worry about. You got to get the ing off of worrying. Steve says, "I'll protect you," meaning, that's a joke there. I'll protect you, I''-LL. Okay. He is glad they saw, not seen. It could be he is glad It wouldn't make sense if it's in present tense to say they had seen, so you have to change that to he is glad they saw the teenagers because of the way Doris was affected with an A, because affected is for influenced. She never lets go, no apostrophe, L-E-T-S, no apostrophe. She never lets go of his hand. Unfortunately, she puts her other hand in his coat pocket and pulls, because we're staying in present tense, pulls out a picture. Who's that? Who's that? W-H-O apostrophe S. Who's that? She asked. Melissa, we just split up, not split it up. I miss her so much, Steve says, and starts to cry, not cries. Doris lets, with an S, lets go of his hand, shakes, not shook, shakes her head and says, it's, I-T apostrophe S, it is, it's always the nice guys who can never or can't ever get over the past. Okie dokie, so that's, hopefully I caught them all going through this. If you have any questions, ask about it in the reply. And thank you very much. Okay, bye-bye.